What's going on, everybody? My name is Sydney, and I am the founder and chef of SM Private Chef and Catering. And today we have a POV of a dinner party that I had back in January. It was 8 guests for a yearly business meetup that they have every single year. This is my second year working with them. They are honestly such a awesome group to be around and cook for, so I was super excited to see them for a second dinner. So they got a bunch of good stuff on their menu that night. So they started off the night with a charcuterie board, and typically for this size party, I will do 3 different kinds of cheeses, 2 different kinds of meats, and then a couple different like a mixed nut on there. We had a rosemary mixed nut, some grapes, and pepper jelly. The 3 cheeses that I used were a Shiraz soaked Tuscan, a garlic and herb Boursin cheese, and an aged cheddar cheese. And then they were going to also, for appetizers, have potato croquettes. And they also got harissa roasted carrots. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the croquettes, which always look super nice. They are breaded and then deep fried, and they have a garlic aioli on top of them, and a bunch of shaved manchego cheese, and some crispy shallots and chives. So I get all my little tongs and everything on there. I set the whole table up. I bring everything needed to plate the boards and the dishes, and I'm just going to set the charcuterie board on the table so when they're done with their meeting they can dive right into that. So getting into seasoning the carrots, so I get the tricolored baby carrots from Trader Joe's. I think they just look super nice on the plate with the purple and the yellow and the orange. We have some harissa powder thrown on there, some salt, pepper, and some olive oil. Those freaking stupid caps that they put on the spices are so obnoxious you can't even get anything out, so I always end up popping those off. So we have our oven set to I just, when I get into a house, I literally set it at 450. I'm so used to being in a restaurant and cooking at constant high heat all the time, so for any roasting and finishing off and stuff like that, I just throw it in a nice hot oven. Usually the standard household oven is going to run a little bit, it's not going to cook as fast as what we do in a restaurant. We have convection oven that's blowing the heat around, everything like that, so it gives me kind of like plenty of time to get things done while also get things cooking and get some color on them. So we'll just spread these guys on a sheet tray. I did spray the sheet tray so they're not going to stick on there, plus they're coated up nice with some olive oil as well. So then we just pop those right into the oven, and while those are roasting, we can kind of get everything else all set up. While those are roasting, ideally I would get my sauces and all the garnishes that are going to go on top of those carrots all set and ready to go. So when they come out, I make tzatziki for the bottom of them, which is nice because it mellows out the heat of the harissa on there, and then it gets some feta on top. And then we will garnish it with some fresh herbs, some dill, and some chives. And then I also have some toasted pistachios that I pre-chopped up over there. The key is really to be able to multitask and utilize your time. So while I'm plating these carrots, they are enjoying a charcuterie board, and then I also have the potato croquettes that are just re-crisping up in the oven. So just using my time properly while I'm plating one thing, heating another thing, also keeping them entertained with the charcuterie board and making their own drinks and everything like that. So just understanding the utilization of your time is key in running these parties smoothly. And then also being okay with working and connecting with your guests as well, because a lot of the times with parties, they love to be able to chat with me and connect with me. Both of the appetizers will be served family style. So once they sit down, I'll drop those 2 plates and they can serve themselves while I start to cook the rest of the items for the dinner. The shallots are we're going to be making a sage Bermonte. So a nice sage butter sauce to go on top of the salmon that they're having tonight. So I'll just finely dice up those shallots so I can get them in a pan with just a little bit of oil, some garlic. Just start sauteing those off until they get a little bit translucent, start kind of getting fragrant. The key to a great sauce is really starting from the bottom up. So getting those shallots and garlic to really soften up and to become fragrant is going to be the build up to a great delicious sauce. Once they are translucent, we're going to hit the pan with some white wine. Throw that back on the heat and let the alcohol of that wine kind of start cooking out. So while that sauce is going, I'm getting my salmon ready. I get all of my salmon. I'm in New England in the South Coast area, so I get all of my seafood from a local spot, Kyler's. So I always get salmon, scallops, tuna. All their stuff's amazing. I've worked with them for years at other restaurants I've been at, so I just kept a great relationship with them. So anytime I need any seafood, that's my go-to. So we're going to get a pan on, nice and hot, and start searing off that salmon. So I just kind of want to get real nice color on one side, not the skin side. You want the side that's going to be sitting up on the plate. You want to get a nice hard sear on there, start getting some color on there. Well, those are searing off. Since I'm over by the stovetop anyway, I'm kind of just really working my sauce. I had added some heavy cream into that wine mixture. So when the wine went reduced by half, added heavy cream into there, then added my sage into there, and now I'm just going to slowly start incorporating my cold butter and helping pull together and emulsify that nice butter sauce that's going to go on top of the salmon. So the key is that you want to pull it off, and while it's hot, you want to just incorporate that cold butter. If you put the cold butter in while it's still on the stovetop, your sauce is going to end up breaking, and we don't want that. We want a nice, thick, velvety, coat the back of a spoon type of sauce going on. So I have my salmons seared off. They are still like a nice rare, medium rare. And I'm going to put them in that hot oven that's 450 degrees. And while those are finishing off, I'm going to take advantage of that time and clear their appetizer plates and refill their waters if needed. Tonight we had on the bottom of the plate is a sweet potato puree with some garlic green beans. So I just sauteed that, butter, garlic, the green beans, which I blanched off so they got that nice green color, just a little bit of salt and pepper. Nothing too crazy with these. Keep it simple. And really don't worry about if there's a little bit of time in between the appetizers and then you needing to plate the entree. This really gives them time to get another cocktail if they like, or go to the bathroom. So you have plenty of time in between. And then on top of those green beans, we will plate each salmon, making sure that we have the side that we seared nice and hard. That's the side that's sitting up on top of the green beans. And then finishing off with the sage Bramante that we made. And that was it. Yet again, another successful dinner party. And if you're enjoying these videos, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you all at the next dinner party.